would say this is me, Amir, back again on my other channel, but since this is a new channel, this is me, Amir, the number 15 engine. You guys could just call me 15 or Amir, or you could call me the 15 engine. So since today is the anniversary of the Railway series, I just thought it would be cool if I just show off my RWS inspired customs. So yeah, here they are. So we'll just start with the tender engines. I'll put this him aside. So let's start with these engines. So we're gonna start with Henry. It didn't really, well, so I got this Henry in a haul that I did from Totally Thomastown, and I always wanted to take and play Henry. And at first I just painted his running board white, as you could see some white spots, because I couldn't take him apart and paint the running board, so I had to, so I had to just paint his running board like this, and then I paint over it. I painted black over it, and then, yeah. So that's all to say for Henry. And then the other day, I added the gold trim around the funnel on all my engines, just to make them look more realistic. But I think I did it too much. I don't know. What do you guys think? So that's Henry. Here comes these two boys. You might recognize them. These are Flying Scotsman and Mallard. So Flying Scotsman I got in the haul with Henry. Mallard I got in a haul with this James and Stephanie and that Diesel 10 and this Thomas, which I made into my OC, but Railway series style, and other Thomases, and yeah. So Mallard I painted blue. This blue I really loved. To be honest, I really love this blue. I'm trying to recreate it. So basically, I painted him blue. I had to do some coats. I had to do multiple coats because I kept on seeing Spencer's silver. And then, yeah, that's all. Then I did his lining. Oh, not really his lining, but this, and then his numbers, and then his LNER, and then I painted his wheels. And then, yeah. And that's all. I know Mallard has something covering his wheels up, but I need to find like a material to do it out of. And I kind of like him like this, to be honest. I like him like this. So yeah, that's Mallard. We're gonna move him out of the way. Flying Scotsman. This is based on how he looks now. So yeah, I finished him, and to be honest, I think I should redo this number and redo the lining. This orange paint is actually custom made by me. I just mixed some red and yellow paint. And yeah, and then I made that orange. So yeah, and I think I should redo the eyes, because I don't really like how they look. They be looking weird. But yeah. And I think I should redo the corridor tender. Next is Edward. All I had to do for Edward was paint his running board black. And that's it. It wasn't really anything to do to Edward. But yeah, that's all I really had to do. Here's Gordon. Let me just move all these aside. Here's Gordon. This was actually in a darker blue, but then I redid it in this blue just to match all my other blue engines. I'm thinking of redoing him again, just because I like to update him instead of keeping him the same. But I'm thinking of keeping him in this blue. So yeah. So he has so this takes place. The reason I didn't give him he used to have a flower tender, but the reason I took it away and I filled it in was because I just felt like if that Gordon went to crew. When he went to crew, he got all the updates. That's when the top of hat had retired him from pulling goods trains. Sorry. So he got a corridor tender, and then the same thing happened to James, but instead he just got his flower tender removed. I'm thinking of doing the same thing for Edward, but I'm not sure yet. So yeah, that's been Gordon. He actually came my first ever totally Thomastown package. That was all the way in Christmas of 2019. He came with, it was a Gordon, a Paxton, and a Talking Thomas. Sadly, I lost that Talking Thomas. But here's James. James, I didn't really repaint him. He could not really talk. This is all his sounds. And then, yeah. So here he is. And the reason it seems like his smoke box isn't fitting is because it doesn't. It actually belongs to this thing right here. But I lost his original smoke box, so I'm gonna use it for him. Then I'm gonna try to find another smoke box for him. So yeah. Now let's look at some of the tank engines. I'll be right back. I think I got all of them, but I'm missing one. I'll just line them up. And there's gonna be 2 diesels here because I was inspired to make them if they were in the RWS. I think that's all. All I'm missing is my Percy. But oh, here he is. Okay, so I'm gonna line these engines up. And I can't forget about this. And there is one more, but I don't know where it is. And yeah, I guess that's it. So here are my other engines. We're going to start from this side first. So this was Percy. Same thing with Henry. He had a white running board and then painted it black and then added the gold trim around the funnel. I'm gonna make this into a Thomas because I was gonna make this into another version of my OC, and then order another Thomas to make it into my Railway Series Thomas. Cause I could do that because I need to make a Railway Series Toby and other engines. So I could do that, or I could just make the Thomas and then get another 2009 Thomas and then just make it into him. I don't know. What do you guys think I should do? Type 1 if I should do, if I should order another Thomas and make that and make the other Thomas into my OC, or type 2 if you think I should just paint this, or if I should just paint this up into my OC. I'm not sure. Oh, I also need an Annie and Clarabelle. Just, for my Thomas. Here's my Stephanie. I looked at pictures of him in real life, so that's what he's kind of based off of, including, Railway Series. It's kind of like a mix of Railway Series and real life for Stephanie. And yeah. So yeah. Here's my OC. So this is him in RWS inspired style. That's how he looks like. And I see some yellow paint that I need to repaint over the black. And here's the other versions of my OC. You got this one when he when he was first built. It's made out of this. And yeah, you got the version of him when he has his snowplow on. And then you have this version. There's another version of him like this, but just imagine a take and play Thomas and paint it up like that. So yeah, I'm from New York, and I also drive my own engine. Not in real life, I'm talking about my OC, just if people were wondering. Here's this. I guess you could say it's D199, but I'll just say it's a diesel that they have, and it's very helpful and useful around the island. So yeah. This was made out of a diesel tin, and I had to take out Pinchy and fill this in with clay. And then I painted the buffers white and painted that. And at first the face was gray, but then I just painted it yellow, because I wasn't really on key about painting like the facial details and stuff. That's the only reason why it was gray. But yeah, it's very helpful, and it's been to New York when a mayor used to work there. See, so that one right, this one is when he used to work in New York, and before he had his accident. This is, so the take along, so that and the take along version, is when he first came to Soder and before his crash, and this is after his crash. I'll explain his crash in another video. But yeah, here comes, that was the diesel engine. This is Rosie. So basically this was Rosie. I'm gonna paint her running board black just so she can match the other engines. But yeah, I saw this video about someone painting her wheels this white, and I did it. I just need to fix it on this side because I put a little bit too much paint. But yeah, so that has been Rosie. Oh, she crashed into the other person. This is Paxton, but as a diesel that's the top of hat bought for the railway, and they weren't really on key, but once a mayor made friends with him, then everyone else started to make friends with the diesel. And he even met like Daisy, Boko, and Rusty. So yeah, that's my backstory for Paxton if he was in the Railway series. Yeah. Here goes my special engines. Now I heard about the deal with the LMS and the island of Sodor, and then so I got an idea to like get 4 engines and paint them up in special liveries. Because these engines were to use from each of the big 4 railway companies: the LNER, LMS, GWR, and the Southern Railways. I'm still working on them. Well, all I have to do for this is the lining. Same for this one. For him, this one's name is Gerald. This is actually, if you don't believe, this is gonna be Rosie. This is what she used to work as until when they were replaced by diesels. One of these diesels, being Paxton, they were sent for scrap until the Duke of Sodor bought Gerald with his 2 coaches, Liz and Mabel, and they work for him now. So yeah, and then now I have to figure out a name for him. But yeah, and then this is Jeremy. This would be Nevins. That's what I want to name him. This is Nevins. This is Jeremy. I have to finish painting Jeremy. I have to finish painting Jeremy and have to redo this because it broke and I keep on having to redo it, and it's getting kind of annoying. I wouldn't have this unless it was for making a Flying Scotsman custom model, because this was my original Flying Scotsman custom model, but then I ordered a Take and Play Gordon, and I made my Flying Scotsman custom model over there. So yeah. And yeah, that's basically all my RWS. So basically, the other engines came along once the big 4 railway companies formed, and then they had engines that would do special jobs like passenger work, goods work, and then you have the mixed traffic engine. These would also do like branch line works along like the seasides and stuff of Sodor. Same with that. But yeah, this has been Amir, the number 15 engine, with all my custom RWS inspired engines. And yeah, that's it. This has been Amir, the number 15 engine, signing out. Sorry, just take that. Peace. And happy birthday, the Railway series. You're now 76.